detergents and disinfectants for the cleaning of surfaces is very important for a virus like COVID-19. So when infected individuals who transmit the virus, they transmit through these infectious droplets, and sometimes those droplets can fall onto the surfaces around them and in the environment that's around them, whether that's at home or whether that's in a healthcare facility. So the virus can survive for a small amount of time, but if you use a disinfectant, it can deactivate, it can kill the virus within minutes. So the use of the disinfectants there is very important. And that's where disinfectants are safe. In no other situation is the use of disinfectants for COVID-19 safe, and certainly not people using disinfectants.
Yeah, and if we could just add as well that the widespread use of disinfectants at the community level, and we've all seen the images of large amounts of disinfectants being sprayed in the air and whatever. These disinfectants can cause irritation to the skin, they can cause irritation to the eyes. So again, we're focused here on surfaces that people will potentially touch, and doing that carefully. There are some disinfectants, for example, that are currently being used on airlines, which are sprayed in the airplane when there are no passengers. Those sprays are electrostatically charged. What they're aimed at doing is they will attach themselves to surfaces and then disinfect the surface. But we need to be very careful in using sprayed disinfectants in areas where there are large numbers of people. So the large-scale sort of spraying of environments in which there are large numbers of people is not necessarily effective. And therefore, we should focus on disinfecting surfaces that people will touch and doing that properly and avoiding flooding disinfectants into the environment and potentially causing skin and eye irritation, particularly in children.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan. Now the next question is from John Cohen from Science. John, please go ahead. John Cohen, could you unmute yourself and ask your question? There you are.
Yeah, thanks for taking my question. I'm curious about the seasonality relationship to a second wave. When we talk about second waves, I think we're largely looking at influenza, which has a seasonality pattern. And are you thinking of a second wave based on there being the assumption of seasonality? And if there is no seasonality, what determines the second wave? It's confusing to me.